Hey everyone, my name is GameStach and welcome back to a new EU4 tutorial video. I noticed a lot of people enjoyed my EU4 Ottomans beginner series, so I figured it was time to do another one of these series. In particular, I got a comment from Thomas Rondon. He commented on one of the videos from the Ottoman series. He writes, really nice tutorial, simply enough to grasp all concepts, with the humor needed to stop being monotonous, but not over the top so it becomes cringy. I had to learn the game in a bad way, as you put in the first video, watching really lame tutorials. I swear I would learn way quicker if this video existed then. Thank you very much, Thomas, for that nice compliment. But let's get down to the last part of that comment. After you finished Otto's, I would suggest Castille, as you can explain colonization and exploration. Thank you for that terrific suggestion, Thomas. And I think that is a great idea. So in this series I will be playing as Castille, and the goal is to form Spain, and the main focus will be on what Thomas wrote on exploration and colonization. And if you've watched any of my previous videos, then you know I don't like to waste time and I want to get down to business. But before I start this video I have to say a couple of things. So if you're completely new to this game, I would suggest you first watch my other tutorial video. It is about 20 minutes long and it explains all of the concepts, all the buttons you can see on the screen as fast and as in-depth as possible. I try to condense every important aspect into this one video. So I really suggest you would watch it. You can click over here in the top corner to go to that video now. And if you have in the course of this video any questions, just leave them in the comments below and I'll try to respond to that comment as quickly as possible. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna play as Castille. Also be sure to check the options and make sure the difficulty is set to normal, or you could even set it lower if you're completely new to the game. It can be a bit difficult when you're just starting to play this game. But I would just recommend playing in normal and just getting used to the difficulty. So some of the things I might say I already said in the Ottomans series, so if you just want to get down to business, I will leave a link below with the time slot of where the actual gameplay begins. As we select Castille, click play, this says that we cannot earn achievements right now, so in order to do that we have to check Ironman mode. This will make sure that we cannot reload an older save if we fucked up, and you have to check this, or you have to click over here, and this changes lucky nations to historical. So if you click this, you see you can now, can earn achievements. Okay, so let's play. So in this screen you can see the historical setting for this game. It is not necessary at all to read this, so I'm just gonna dismiss this right now. So let's get started with the first things we need to do when we start a new game. And let's just look around at who is around us, and let's just think of a strategy, and I'll give you some tips on what you could do when you're more advanced, a more advanced player, and we'll see where we go. So first things first, before we unpause, we have to make sure that we have rivals. So this notification here says that we need rivals. So as we can see, England, Burgundy, and France have set us as their rivals. So in my case, I think it would be smart to also pick them as rivals. So I'm gonna pick England and Burgundy and France. And what is particularly nice in this set of rivals is most of the times when you have rivals, they have a tendency to band together against you. So if I in this case, if I have England and Burgundy as a rival, then the chances increase of them allying together against me. But what is kind of nice in this setting of rivals is that I have England and France as rivals, and they always have each other as rivals, so they will never team up on me, so to say. Okay, now that is done. Mostly what happens in a new game is that either one of these countries is going to hate you. Either Aragon, France, England, and or Burgundy. Sometimes even Morocco or one of these Muslim nations. And if one of those is not your rivals, then they will most likely really like you, and it's a good idea to ally them. So in this case, I mentioned Aragon, as you might have heard. Aragon is probably gonna like me. Oh no, they don't like me. But we might be able to get them as an ally, because I mean they are pretty strong. So I'm gonna improve relations with them and see if I can secure an alliance here. So I'm gonna send an diplomat. So oh yeah, before we continue, let's just quickly look at our neighbors. So we have Portugal. They have this one province over here, and a few of these smaller provinces, of these smaller islands out here in the sea. That is all there is to Portugal, basically. What technically could happen is something that I will tell you in just a minute. So over here we have Granada, which is a Muslim nation. One of the first goals here will be to reclaim this land. In history, this was called the Reconquista, or Reconquista, I believe, which just means the reconquering, because this land used to belong to Castile, and Muslims took that over. So one of the first missions you actually have, I will show it to you, is this one, the Prepare the Reconquista, which needs us to have 60% of our manpower, 100% naval. The navy size must be 100% of the force limit, and the army size must be 100% of the force limit. I will show you what that comes down to in just a minute. But let's say we have fulfilled this mission, then we get a permanent claim on the Upper Andalusia area, which are precisely these 4 provinces. So you would think, okay, just complete the mission and then take over their lands, right? Well, if you're not quick enough, or yeah, basically it comes down to if you're not quick enough, then Portugal, who also has a province here, can fabricate a claim on this province and on this province, and they then might declare war, then take over these provinces, and you're fucked, because Portugal, because they are Catholic, most likely have strong allies like England or France sometimes. So what I would suggest you to do is, while you're waiting to complete the mission, so this this mission here, is build a spy network in Granada, make sure you have a claim on at least one of their provinces, and if Portugal were to go at war, quickly also declare war on Granada, and make sure your nations are next to their provinces, so you can quickly sweep in, siege the provinces Portugal wants to take, and then just basically fuck over Portugal. So that's precisely what I'm gonna do right now. So I'm gonna move my troops next to these provinces. I'm gonna stand spy here. Okay. So we are waiting for our relations to improve with Aragon, and hopefully to get an alliance with them. Someone else with whom it's nice to get an alliance is Austria. And it now seems like they don't want an alliance, so I'm just going to wait a bit for that. And the last thing you want to check when you're playing as Castile is this small nation over here, this Navarra. That's nice to conquer. You might think, okay, just one province, I'll just take it and I'm done. But Aragon also really wants this province. So if you want to take this province, you have to be really quick. So these are the actions you need to do. First we send them an alliance offer, and then we wait. And then we have to wait 1 month to send them another thing. We're also going to send them a royal marriage request. Do they already like us? Nope, they don't like us. Okay, still waiting. It's December 12th. Portugal wants an alliance with us. Okay, this is nice. So we don't have to send it to them, they send it to us. Okay. We can do some great power action, influence the nation. So for 5 ducats, their relation will improve of 25 with us, which is nice. Okay. Now we can also, there are some more things you can do to improve their relations. You can send them a gift. Because if you're not quick enough when doing this, Aragon declares war and you will have to help them, and it's so fucking annoying. So you have to be really, really, really quick. Okay, send gift. Let's also, in the meantime, set a general on our army and drill them. Okay, and then just wait again. And we can also, I believe that if you offer them military access, that will also improve relation. Yes. Okay. So now the last thing we should do is we could proclaim a guarantee. Also it might also be smart of me to tell you what I'm actually doing, because you might think, okay, we have the alliance, so you're done, right? But I'm trying to get them to accept my vassalization. And in order for them to accept, we need to have a military alliance, which we have right now, which it says right over here. And they must be at peace, and our relation must be plus 190. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just improving our relations. So actually what you're seeing right now is that we just got a notification of that. I can show it on screen just quickly, but I cut that out earlier probably. But this is the surrender of Maine. So what then happens is that England gets casus belli on France. And not just any casus belli, a restoration of union casus belli. There you can see that, the English-French unification war. England is... I've never seen England win this war. When you're playing as England, you can win this. You can just have to play really tactical. But if they were to win, we would have a situation that is similar to the one in Denmark, because Sweden and Norway are junior partners of Denmark. So that means that Denmark is their boss. If Denmark attacks someone, Sweden and Norway have to help them. So if England were to win this war, they would get France, which is basically for free. But that never happens. So that's good to know. So what you're seeing right now is that France is just retaking the provinces he has, but the real big problem is the English troops are not really that good, or I don't mean that they're bad or something, but the French troops are just really good. And the English Navy is really good. So what you will always see is that all of these provinces are occupied by the French, but they never ever get to the to the English mainland. Which actually brings me to my point. So if for some reason this event, this does not always happen at the same date. Sometimes it doesn't even happen at all, because the event consists of two options you can pick. So you can, I believe France can pick whether or not to go to war. So sometimes there is no war, but if for some reason you're not, you're thinking about conquering more of Europe than just Spain, what I'm planning right now is you could build a spy network in England, and then just before France goes to war with England, quickly declare war on England, and then conquer these provinces, and then take them for yourself at the end of the war. Which is a really nice dick move. So let's see, we're a bit behind in... We still have 4 ducats left, so we can get some extra advisors. Oh, this is standard the way they set it. So I believe they always set their focus on military. If I were to remove this now, what I just look at how it, if you want to know what it looks like when you click this again, so that it gets normalized in some sense, you just take a look at your stats of your king, and that in general will be the way the points are distributed over here. So this is quite evenly distributed. There are no big differences between these numbers. So I'll just click here and you see that it's all nicely balanced out. I also have some extra cash. I have +4 or +5 approximately per month. In the beginning of the game you want to focus on military, so I'm going to pick a military advisor. We have 3 of them that give +1, so these are the cheapest. You can also see that over here, they just cost 1 per month. You're not going to want this one, so it now comes down to discipline, morale, and land force maintenance. So I'm going to go for morale. It's also nice to have military, and if you want to get extra money from So they say military. It's also nice to have an admin advisor, and to get extra money through an admin advisor, you want to take the national tax modifier one. Okay. So now we're just waiting for Navarra to have 190. Just another month. Okay. Our relationship is plus 190. So now I can now not send a diplomat because all my diplomats, as you can see over here, are busy. I'm just gonna quickly move my face because there we go. Okay. Hello, I'm back. Sorry that I'm now over this part of the screen, but I always tend to put my face cam on just the spot where everyone needs to look when I'm explaining something in these map modes. So, okay, sorry that I'm now over here. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah, we're going to get Navarro to be our vassal. So I can now not send a diplomat because, as you can see over, here, all my diplomats are busy. So I will have to recall someone. Well, obviously going to recall the one that's improving relations, because our relations are good now, and now I can offer vassalization, and they will accept, and wabam, they're now our vassal. So that means they will have to help us in every war. Okay, that is the first thing taken care of. Next, let's try to fulfill the mission. So we need to have at least one general, 100% of our army force limit, and 100% of our navy force limit. Okay, so let's start by building a ship, because if we build one ship, we will have 21 of the 21 of the force limit. So just going to build one ship, and in the meantime, let's just wait. And also, I think we can improve some relations with the Habsburgs in Austria. We need some allies, because if Aragon were to attack us, we're fucked. So yeah. We can make claims. So when you're making claims, it's good to remember that if you take over a province, you will have to then core it. The coring costs you will have to pay with admin power, which are these points over here. How much admin power you need to pay for a province depends on the development of that province. So if you click on one of your provinces and you watch over here, you see the total development of that province, and that determines the coring costs. I believe there are also some other aspects that determine the coring costs, but this is the most important one. You can also see the coring costs for provinces you are claiming. So we are now making a spy network in this nation. So if I click on this province and I hover over here, it says spend 35 admin points to gain a core in this province. Now, what you also should notice is that, as you might know, it is enough to have one claim on a province to declare war on someone. But if you have more claims, then that is very, very nice, because having a claim will reduce the amount of points will reduce the coring cost. Okay, so having more claims will reduce the costs, so the best strategy would be to first claim the provinces that are the most expensive. Makes sense, right? So we're going to look at all these provinces, we're going to look at the coring costs. This is 15, this is 35, this one is 70, and this one is 30. So the best thing to do is to make a claim in this province, so that if we go to war and conquer this province, at least the most expensive province will be will cost less for us to core. Okay, so now we're now just waiting, just taking the chill. We're not in a hurry. We're not gonna take over the whole world. Just take it easy and gonna focus on colonization and securing the Spanish Iberian mainland. Oh, I've got some events. Okay, well, luckily our king is naive, or else we would have lost 100 diplo power or 1 stability. So most of the times, if you have one of these green options, it is a better option than the normal standard option. So oh, what we also should do is it is nice to have more power projection. If you watch my 20-minute long video about about EU4, then you'll remember I said just read the tooltip. So if we have at least 25 power projection, we will get 1 leader without upkeep, and at 50 it gets really nice. We get 1 extra admin, diplo, and military point each month. And the best way to get power projection is to embargo people and to declare war on them and to insult them, basically. So what you want to do is make sure that you embargo your rivals, not your enemies, but your rivals. So just go over to your nation. So if you click on this and you don't see your own nation, you remember just click on this icon here. So England, Burgundy, and France. Okay, let's do that. So to England, then we go to okay, I see we don't have a diplomat yet because they're still improving relations. So let's just do this in just a second. I will just let them improve relations and then we'll get back to this. So what we now can do is, because I just noticed that Aragon has a relation and an alliance with Portugal. What in such a case is smart to do is to also get an alliance with Portugal, because if someone declares war on you and you're both allied to the same person, so in this case I am allied to Portugal, I would be allied to Portugal, and Aragon is allied to Portugal, then you might wonder, okay, so who is Portugal going to help in the war? Well, that depends on who the attacker is. So if Aragon declares war on me, then Portugal will join me in my defensive war. And if I declare war on Aragon, then Portugal will join Aragon in their defensive war. So if I make an alliance with Portugal, then I'll be more sure that Aragon will not declare war on me, because they will lose an alliance partner. So that's why I'm going to secure an alliance with Portugal, just to be safe. What now could happen is that, which actually sometimes happens, is that they declare war now on, for example, one of their rivals, so Morocco, as we can see, or Tunis, or this nation, and that they ask us to help them. So what you can do if you get constantly dragged into your allies' wars is just be quick and declare war yourself, and then ask them to help you. Okay, so our ship is done. Let's make this one big fleet. And let's see. Let's take a look at our... Okay. Okay. Now we need to get to 100% of the force limit of our army. So we need to make 9k of troops. Ooh, that is quite a lot. And if we do that, we're no longer at 60% of our manpower. But there is really no other option. So let's take a look at... This is 9-4, this is not 8-3, so... Just make 1 more cavalry. And then we need to make... This 8, okay, so we need to make 1 more for this one. Then our stacks are equal. Okay, let's send these guys over there. So what I like to do is, instead of just... let me show you. What you can do to merge armies is select them, and I'm pressing this button, but it gets really annoying. So what I like to do is just select them and press G. And this is always not good to accept. The royal marriage. Okay, so now we need more troops. We need... Well, let's just start making infantry, because they're the cheapest, and yeah. So 1 for him. 1, 2, 1, Now we need to make 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Now we just need to wait for our manpower to get back to 60%, because that's the last requirement of this mission. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Let's see if we can get an alliance with Austria already. Ah, yes, they seem to want that. Let's see who their enemies are. That is France. Okay, so that is nice. Okay. And this icon is also really nice. Let's see. They show you that they're defensive allies, so they're not going to start wars on people and calling you in to help them, which is the biggest pain in the ass you can possibly have. So let's also get another claim. So we want to get it on a province with a lot of development. So that seems to be this one. So now we can stop improving relations with Austria, because we already have an alliance. We can improve. Hey, and Aragon also wants to be friends. That is also nice. So I don't really want to have an alliance with them just yet, because I don't want to help them conquer Morocco. I'm just going to offer them a royal marriage. So I'm just waiting for my manpower to go back up. So what we could do, I just realized, is use the estates to raise additional levies. Okay, so how do I... Okay, this is nice. So I lose 5 prestige, and I can raise levies. Okay. Oh yeah. And I was thinking, why is the mission not completed? But there's one last thing. We need to have a general. So let's just recruit 1 general. And there we go. So, yes, permanent claim on Upper Andalusia. Okay. Now, to be guaranteed by Portugal. What the hell is Portugal doing? Okay. Well, never mind. So, what technically could happen? This is actually the second time I'm recording this, because the first time I did this, I got really fucked by RNG. So, if you're really unlucky, then the following things might happen. While you're securing your vassalization of Navarra, Aragon might declare war on them, and since you're allied to them, then you might have to fight Aragon, which is fucking annoying. What also could happen is that Granada gets an alliance with the Ottomans. So that is what happened to my last game. So we're not really in a hurry here, so we're just gonna wait. Maybe, very likely at least, Portugal is going to drop their guarantee in some time, because they will likely want to have this land for themselves. And since we're just waiting for colonization to start, yeah, we can just wait. Also, let's get a diplo advisor. This one is very nice because this gives us more money. Diplo is very important early on when you want to get your colonization game started. So best to invest in some advisors for that. Probably Portugal is going to declare war on Morocco. Very likely. So what I could do is start building a spy network there myself. And then just screw over them. So my plan now is to quickly get a claim on anywhere in Morocco, declare war, and try to take over this this part here. So in such cases, when you're covering this strait, so if you're playing as Castile, then you need to make sure that you cannot send your troops here if they have a stronger navy there. So what I'll already do is take my navy and put it over here, just in case. So I'm quickly gonna get some military access so that I can put my troops here and then quickly take over these provinces, because if Portugal occupies these, then I cannot ask for them in the peace deal. So you also need to be really quick if you know that someone else wants those provinces. So now let's just stop the drilling, increase the maintenance again. Let's send them over here and these ones over here. Okay, now we can get a claim. Let's see at what is the most expensive province I can possibly claim. I think that would be Tangiers. 7, 8. Oh, that's also a nice one. Let's just take this one. So if I can declare, can I declare war now? Let's see. Okay, so we will who will help them? Tafilat, Sousse, Marrakesh, and Jedid. And I will have help from Aragon and Portugal. You know what? Why not? And we will see how this war goes in the next video. Please subscribe if you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.